Can you guys hear me? Yes, you can. Alright, GZTV back with another video. We are here on YouTube, the first of 3 videos today. We have 2 TV show reviews, and I'm reviewing a movie I've been wanting to watch forever, and I finally got to it, so I'm really excited about that. I don't know if I want to watch a TV show over a movie tonight. I'm thinking about watching Face Off tonight. You guys know the action movie. I'm thinking about watching that, actually. I kind of want to start getting into movies and start crossing. I have like a movie bucket list, like movies I've wanted to see, but first, let's talk about the TV shows. We have Better Call Saul, the 9th and penultimate episode of Season 2. Next, we have the finale. Maybe I should watch the season finale for Season 2. And then maybe, I don't know. We're going to get into the plot, and then we're going to get into the critical reception and kind of what I think, bounce my ideas off the critics. So, a disguised Mike uses his spike strip to ambush one of Hector's trucks and extracts the $200,000 hidden in a tire while leaving the driver Ximenez Lacerda tied up. I don't know how Wikipedia knows the name of the driver. Maybe we figure out later. Maybe that's kind of a spoiler. I'm not really sure. But the spike strip that him and Kaylee made. So Kaylee pretty much helped him perform a con full act. Nacho suspects Mike, obviously, because he's one of the only men out there that can do the job efficiently like this, and that's the only problem with how good Mike is at committing these crimes, is he's so good at them that the people that know him know that he probably did it. So, yeah, that's kind of the thing with that. Mike admits to doing it. I mean, he can't really hide from Nacho, and I mean, they're on a team, so Mike is more than willing to admit to him that he committed the crime. He explains his intent to attract police attention to Hector's drug operation, but Nacho tells him a passing motorist freed Ximenez, but didn't see. He didn't see Mike. So, kind of like the Good Samaritan in Breaking Bad. That's kind of like a reference to the Breaking Bad train scene, and Mike was at hand on that train scene. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah. Ximenez then called Hector, who dispatched a crew to clean up traces of the attack, including killing and burying the Good Samaritan. So the Good Samaritan saw him locked up, or tied up, and he didn't want him to go to the police. Again, Hector and them don't want the police involved with this operation because they know if they get press, they're probably going to be getting caught for selling drugs and stuff like that. Because it's kind of like Los Pollos. They're hiding their drug operation through a food company and a big old food truck, and they have money in the tires. I don't know how Mike figured that out. I think he saw them put the money in the tires, actually, now that I think about it. They just didn't show that detail. Anyways, moving on to Jimmy's situation. We don't get much more of Mike. We get a little bit more, but it's nothing too important. This is more about Saul and Kim and Chuck. Oh my god. I actually do need to watch the I kind of do need to watch the finale of Season 2, because something happened at the end of this episode. We will get into it, that I want to watch the end of Season 2 for. Jimmy and his camera crew shoot video of Jimmy standing in front of the American flag at an elementary school for use in his TV ads. So again, thwarting people into letting him use their property for free to shoot stuff for his minute-long promo commercial for his solo practitioner law firm. When the principal interrupts them, Jimmy claims he is filming a documentary on Rupert Holmes, supposedly an alumnus of the school, and obviously that's probably not real, given Saul's history of finessing people like that. Definitely not real. But yeah, this skeptical principal leaves to call the superintendent, enabling Jimmy and his crew to finish. So they're going to finish, leave. This man's got a dangerous operation, but he's good at it, so you can't really be mad at him, you know. At a meeting of the New Mexico Banking Board, members realize the application for a new Mesa Verde branch is incorrect, resulting in a 6-week delay. So you guys know that Jimmy went to the copying machine in the previous episode. It goes down with the copying machine. This was a damn good episode. The rivalry between Jimmy and Chuck just escalates in this episode to an all-time high. He took the copies, he took the letters and switched them around, and Chuck definitely picked up on that. He knows his brother. That's his only evidence, though. We'll talk about that scene with Kim. Chuck and Jimmy. Just a really tense scene. Just when he gets on Chuck's case, Kim bails him out, and Kim probably knows he did it, but yeah. Kevin leaves HHM and retains Kim, who promises Mesa Verde will be her sole client. I mean, they're going to be her only client. She's like not that big of a firm to have a shit ton of clients in her thing. Chuck accuses Jimmy of sabotage when Jimmy and Kim pick up the Mesa Verde files from Chuck's house. To be honest, Jimmy probably shouldn't have showed up to Chuck's house. Let's be honest here. That probably would have made things better if he would have just stayed back. Kim claims Chuck simply made a mistake, and Chuck says that's impossible given his expertise in the field, which, yeah, that's pretty arrogant and stuff, but in this case he is actually right, and he knows best here. So, I don't know. You want to pick Jimmy's side because, oh yeah, you made a mistake, but you know, in the previous episode or maybe 2 episodes ago that Jimmy did moved the numbers on the address. Alone in the car with Jimmy, Kim reveals her awareness of his trick by angrily punching him. So obviously she knows he did it, but she's gonna let it slide, I guess. Later that night, Kim tells Jimmy she never wants to discuss how the incorrect documents came to be filed, but suggested that if Jimmy left any evidence, Chuck will find it. So, yeah, they're kind of laying down in bed. Jimmy's getting ready to go to bed, and Kim says, you know, this guy, he's real good. He's a really good lawyer, and obviously he knows how to find things. So, if you don't have all your tracks hidden, you're kind of screwed here, buddy. Jimmy realizes he can be caught. The clerk at the store where he altered the document says he was there, so he goes to the store to buy the clerk's silence. Does it a lot. He pays people to do shit for him, and eventually people are going to start paying him to do shit for them. You know, it's kind of going to flip that switch, but as of now, Jimmy McGill as a solo practitioner is going to have to be kind of independent here. He arrives while Ernesto is questioning the clerk. Chuck had him checking at each all-night copy store in the city to see if anyone recognized Jimmy, so obviously Ernesto for HHM is the errand boy for Chuck, which is kind of cruel, but yeah. Jimmy bribes the clerk, then hides across the street to see what goes down. Ernesto and Chuck arrive, and Chuck questions the clerk, but his electromagnetic hypersensitivity symptoms overcome him, and this is a very sad moment, because, yeah, you're kind of against Chuck because he's never wanting to see Jimmy win and succeed, but something bad could really happen to him, and this is a crazy cliffhanger that we're kind of left at. He faints and hits his head on the counter as he falls. Jimmy is torn between his desire to aid Chuck and his reluctance to come out of hiding, because doing so would be an admission that he had been at the store previously. So either he gets in legal trouble, or his brother dies. Like, that's pretty much his dilemma. I think his brother might die, because obviously his brother's not much involved in Breaking Bad. This might be where his story ends. I'm not really sure. It's a sad episode. It's got a really sad ending. I mean, very dark ending. Oh, man. Critical acclaim was great. 100%. 9.5 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. Obviously, Rotten Tomatoes is a pretty big site for this kind of thing. Nailed is a standout episode that brings the actor to a heartbreaking head, leading into the season finale. We will see what Chuck's fate is. That's kind of it. 9.5 out of 10 on IGN. Everyone is left wondering what is going to happen with Chuck. Kelly Dixon and Chris McCaleb. Picture editing at the Emmys. I mean, the show was a big hit. It wasn't just a slouch compared to Breaking Bad. They got nominated for plenty of Emmys. Episode by episode is the crazy part. I don't really have a whole lot else to say. I kind of got to get into my other videos here. We have a Walking Dead episode review, and then I watched Silence of the Lambs. So, yeah, you guys are going to get those reviews. I think this episode is great. I think the tension between Chuck and Jimmy, it's never been this high, and right before Chuck's possible death, that's what I'm predicting. I think Chuck dies in the finale, which is terrible. Jimmy probably, the guilt that's going to weigh down on him is going to explain some things, but leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, it is GZTV reviewing your favorite TV shows out there. Shout out to all my Better Call Saul fans. We are progressing through this show. and we're getting ready to end season 2, so that's always great.